Haunted House 2. I saw the first one, of course, last year. That's why I saw the second one. Not because, to progress the story or anything. I just see anything. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I saw the last movie last year, and I thought it was bad. But not so bad that I, downright hated it. Usually when you say, some people think when you say something's bad, that means you hate it. That's not true. It's just bad. It was bad. It had some funny parts, sure, but on the most part, it was bad and kind of offensive. But again, I didn't hate it. It didn't offend me personally, so I didn't hate it. Still put it on my top 10 worst, but didn't hate it as much as the other spoof movies from that year. So, sequel's out a little over a year after, which, makes sense considering, Paranormal Activity has there's now 2 every year. What the fuck? So, hey, a year and a half, a little over a year to make something that looks like this. Okay, it makes sense. But anyway, I wasn't looking forward to seeing it. What did I think of A Haunted House 2? Let's talk about it. The story for A Haunted House 2, I don't need to say this, you should know by now. It doesn't matter. The story does not matter. The story here follows Malcolm, played by Marlon Wayans, who this time has a brand new girlfriend. In the first movie, his girlfriend, it doesn't matter. Now he has a brand new girlfriend who is white, by the way, played by Jamie Presley, and she also has 2 kids who are both white. I say this because they like to remind you a lot in the film that they are in fact white. And now he's living in a brand new house. He has a brand new family pretty much, and a bunch of stuff happens that is exactly the same as the first movie. A bunch of crazy stuff where they of course parody a lot of the horror movies that have come out in the last couple years, like Sinister, Conjuring, The Possession, Last Exorcism Part 2. That's the story. Do I need to explain anymore? It's all fun and games. It's all funny. It's hilarious. Now I don't need to tell you this. I really don't, but I'm going to anyway. This movie is stupid. It is so stupid. If you are a typical moviegoer and you just want to go and see a new movie and you heard from the kids across the street or something that this movie was funny, and you're a hip adult and you want to be cool and go to the theater and laugh just like all the other kids, and you're going to go in there blind and have no idea what it is, a typical movie watcher that likes shit like Draft Day, is going to go in this film and leave about 4 seconds into the film. Not 4 minutes, 4 seconds. They're going to see what they see on screen and go, what am I doing? I'm leaving. I'm going to go see Draft Day with Kevin Costner, my favorite. So this movie is ridiculous, but I knew what I was getting into. I had way low expectations. Here's my expectations for movies that I know aren't going to be good. You can't even see it. There's my you can't even see it. It's all the way to the ground. My expectations were so low for this film. I knew it was going to be trash. But there was times where it did make me laugh because of how stupid it was. But there was also times where it didn't offend me like the first movie. There was no overly gay Nick Swardson in this film. Thank freaking God for that. I hate Nick Swardson. But there's no overly gay characters or, really, really hugely like big stereotypes. There are, but not like the gay Nick Swardson from the first film, thankfully. But there's not anything that offends me in this film. It's just fucking stupid. There's so many scenes in this film that I'm just like, okay, that's childish, that's grotesque, that's disgusting. Okay, Marlon Wayans, I don't know what to say, man. All you do is make disgusting jokes. I'll give him this. There's times where he does make me laugh. Him in general, the way he acts, the way he moves. There's a part in the beginning of the film that's pretty much a ripoff of the first movie's scene where his dog dies and he gets so upset that he buries himself with the dog, and it's actually the funniest thing in the film. I actually laughed pretty hard at that scene. It was actually very well done. It was very funny. There's actually a couple scenes like that in the film, and Marlon Wayans definitely gives it his all. I believe he is a funny guy. I really, really do. I really do, but woohoo! A lot of the other jokes are just so not funny, and I give the first movie credit because it was making fun of found footage horror films, which needed to be made fun of, even though I like found footage horror films. This movie does not do that. This movie just makes fun of horror movies. It makes fun of Sinister, not a found footage movie. Makes fun of The Conjuring, not found footage. The Possession, not found footage. It just makes fun of all these movies that aren't found footage, which is fine. It's not. I mean, a haunted house doesn't. That doesn't ring in my brain going, oh, okay, it should all be found footage movies. Or he should just be parodying found footage horror movies. No, he could parody horror movies if he wants. But the thing is that it just becomes a scary movie, which you could just call it Scary Movie 6. I mean, it's a Wayne Brothers movie too, so it could definitely be a scary movie. I don't know, there's just so many jokes in this that just completely bomb and are just disgusting. There's like a couple of really grotesque sex scenes that just go on way too long, are kind of disturbing, and aren't funny. They go on way too long, too. There's one with a doll. I mean, the first movie had one with a ghost. Sorry, my dogs are barking. There's one with a ghost in the first movie that I thought was really funny. This one, a doll. That's what you get. And you get a woman that squirts a lot, if you know what I mean. It's just disgusting. It's just... I mean, Gabriel Iglesias was kind of funny. I actually thought he was kind of funny, even though his character was a stereotype. And again, I said Marlon Wayans was pretty funny, and there was actually a couple of really funny scenes. And also, it's short, so I mean, you're not gonna be in there for 2.5 hours or whatever. So I don't completely hate this film. I'm gonna give it a 14 out of a 40. It's not absolute trash. I don't hate it, but it's not great. So there you go. Everybody's talking in the background, so I'm going to end the video here. Thank you, and goodbye.